Good afternoon and welcome to Alongside Lauren. I'm Lauren and I'm so thrilled to have you here in my kitchen while I get a few bits and pieces prepared for my coming week. We're a little bit later this afternoon because Heath and I went and saw the latest Indiana Jones. No spoilers, I promise, none at all. And have had a nice lazy afternoon, which means that I now need to get bits and pieces sorted for this week a little bit later than what I normally would. Now, you might be wondering what I have got shrouded in a white towel here at the end of my counter. This week, Heath and I are going to be indulging in one of our favourite meals, which is a lamb tagine. It's a recipe that was discovered by Heath's mum in the recipe book that came with her Sunbeam slow cooker, which I snapped a photo of and have been making variations of for, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe the last 15 years now. This is my sous chef and husband, Heath.
Hi there.
Who is here for the great unveiling. Now, the reason why we have got the
Yikes.
slow cooker in a towel is because I was cooking basically with an enormous whole leg of lamb because that was what was on sale. And the lamb was so big that it wouldn't actually properly fit in the slow cooker. So I kind of rigged up a contraption with, excellent, made it onto the stool. Rigged up a contraption with some extra alfoil and the lid, and then popping the towel on top to make sure that all the heat stayed in, which now looks completely unnecessary because the lamb has cooked and has shifted and now it fits in the slow cooker, which is fine. But at least I wasn't coming home to not particularly cooked lamb. So it was quite a relief when we pulled into the garage this afternoon and the house smelled spectacular. So this is my first great unveiling.
Oh, it's very steamy, isn't it?
Many layers of alfoil that I had there.
Yes.
So what I'm planning to do is to take the lamb out and just sort of pull the meat off and then give it a bit of a mix around. Add in some kale because I can't help myself and I need extra veg.
Ooh,
And just see
look
how
at
that goes. It smells the goods.
It is very fortunate that the lamb sort of shrunk a little bit and then fell into the pot.
Yeah,
and the pot sealed itself.
I did not have high hopes for
we had
that
paper
happening.
towels underneath just in case it
all
dripped
sorts
everywhere.
of things. So
we had all sorts of things going on. So
I think
yes. Well, the
There's a bit of
bone that
meat
you
there.
just pulled out came out quite easily, and it
Yeah,
looked like the
so
meat was
that's-
coming off the bone quite nicely. Oh wow, hun, that is looking magnificent.
Yeah, so what I'll do is just there's some cinnamon and your favourite cardamom.
Oh. Nothing like chomping down on either a cardamom pod or a whole cinnamon quill.
My favourite. Excellent. So my plan is I'll get the meat out, chop it up, pop it back in. Heath and I were going to have some of this for dinner, but we ate enough to feed a small country today. So I don't know if we're going to need it. But, this is just...
Well, it looks fantastic, hun.
Whoops.
It just, it looks so nice and rich, and the lamb is falling apart, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's certainly... I feel as though...
I'm sorry, but nobody is welcome to dinner this week.
Heath wants to eat it all.
Is just for us.
It does smell amazing.
But can highly recommend a slow-cooked lamb leg, hey?
Yeah. I was a little bit concerned when I was putting this all together at sort of 6 o'clock this morning about how I'd gotten Heath up so we could go for a run and just sort of said, look, I don't know how this is going to go. Oh, there we go, there's the shank. But
Beautiful.
I've set this up.
That was the shank.
That was the shank.
Yes. No, but that's even better. Like, it means all of that shank meat is just in there and...
I'll
Well done,
just
darling.
see if I can. Oh, there we go.
Looks magnificent.
I'm just going to make sure I've got all those little
Yep.
pesky bones.
Mm.
I feel like I'm...
Brilliant.
There we go. Oh, what a relief.
Well, I can tell anybody that is watching is very jealous right now.
Excellent. And I clearly can't do two things at once. All right, so while that meat sort of cools down a little bit so we can chop it, I'll just pop the lid back on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I was prepping everything for the lamb tagine, I used up all of our veggie stock concentrate, which meant it was a perfect time for me to make some more. So it has just finished cooking away in the Thermomix. Mmm. Green.
They always are.
It's a particularly green
tones
one.
of green.
Different tones of green. This one's
This green?
Yes.
Or? Yeah.
This one's like an
Okay.
iridescent green.
Oof.
There's a lot of...
Great.
so I apologise, this is going to get a little bit loud. While I do this, what I might do... So I've got some jars that the veggie stock concentrate will go in,
Yep.
which I'll just pull out
Alrighty.
because I had popped them into the air fryer to
Sterilize them?
sterilise them.
Oh yeah, they're very, very hot.
Yeah, don't touch
I
them.
didn't touch them. I just sort of felt the heat radiating off them. So yes. Oh, sorry about that noise, everybody. That is pretty loud, but yikes.
I'm slightly concerned that something's going to take off.
It does sound a bit that way, yes.
Okay, we'll let that do its thing.
Okay, great.
So, yeah, so I've got a collection of jars here. I always do way too many because I'd rather have too many than not having enough. And it is a collection of jars.
It is, yeah.
And I'll never say that again.
No, I think people would have heard you pretty clearly, actually.
okay.
So, yes.
Well, that's a really dumb joke, huh? It was a dumb joke anyway. All right, so I've got my little collection of jars there.
Brilliant.
I didn't need to use my wee spoons. I thought with the lamb, I didn't know what sort of state it was going to be in, if I'd need to kind of do some kind of surgical maneuver to kind of get it all out. Oh, yes, it is a particularly green.
Well, let's see it pour. Did it blitz well?
It did. It's not quite as liquidy as sometimes they can be.
Also, it's quite a chunky. Okie dokie. All right.
So there is a recipe that you can follow on like with Thermomix, but I guess the way that I kind of operate is I sort of think, well, like I could do that. But what I will often do instead...
it is quite green.
Yeah,
isn't
it is getting the bits and pieces that I would normally, sort of chuck away or like that are still edible, but you wouldn't necessarily put them in a dish. Rather than it going into the compost, I just pop them in the freezer.
This is a cool little trick. You're kind of using the
then-
lid as a funnel. I think
Yeah.
you did this last time, perhaps.
did.
Or the last time I was watching it, and I thought it was pretty clever.
The only thing is that I'm not quite sure how full it is.
Oh, yeah, of course. You're filling blind. I can maybe help with that. Well, it's looking
Can you?
foolish.
All right, that's feeling foolish.
It's looking quite
I feel foolish. All right. Maybe we can
Okay,
put a wee bit more
a
in.
bit more. Because it's so thick, it might also be, might be spoonable. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, so this has there's a lot of, I feel good about it. There's a lot of cauliflower and sort of broccoli offcuts and I think a bit of cabbage in this one. So it's going to be very heavy on the brassica.
And oh, okay, that's a worry.
What?
But
In terms of, it might be a bit fuddy. You're right. Oh dear.
but oh, goodness. But I did do a bit of a trip to the. This is the joy of live, people. Just doing things live means that you get to see it, warts and all. And that
Hey,
includes,
I don't have what.
No, that includes just overfilling things and things not being.
Stick bug.
How about I take over? I've got two hands, so I can kind of. Well, instead of.
So I got away with it last time, and then I got cocky.
All right, there we go. That one will do, won't it?
Yeah, perfect. And if you just want to maybe grab some paper towel
Sure.
and just give that
I can give that a wipe down.
little wipe
Is it better to wipe it now or after we've put the lid on?
after. Sorry, now,
Now.
because we want to reduce the likelihood of there being contamination.
And
So
that
the reason
includes
why
cleaning
you
around the
do,
lid.
yeah. So the reason why we sterilize the jars is any of these sort of micro, like it's not that if it's washed, it'll probably still last for ages. But any sort of little microbes or anything, or any little bacteria, are all sort of removed and don't have an opportunity to grow.
It's
And it just will give your veggie stock a much longer shelf life. I mean, because there's so much salt in this stuff, it already
resilient.
will last for donkey's yonks.
Cool.
No, that's not even a little bit going to work.
It is hot. All right. Well, I'm going to put this lid on if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm guessing it's this red one.
Yep. Oh, actually, I think it's the green one.
Okay.
The red one
Swap
is
it.
for that one.
And hopefully, because it's so hot, the button will go down on the lid. And we'll get that airtight seal as it cools.
Which is perfect. I'll just put that. There
That
we
is
go.
looking full.
Excellent. Yep, no more on that one. Now, did you want to just give that jar?
I can give that a
a
clean
wipe
as well.
down.
Yep.
And
So yes, the crazy things that go into this, like your broccoli stems and cauliflower stems and all of that stuff that you would normally throw out.
yeah, so it's stuff which is not inedible. It's just not like the primo cuts, the primo
but some
pieces of
people
veg.
might think of cauliflower and broccoli stems as inedible,
Yeah.
like not something you ever eat, and it's kind of true. You don't go out of your way to
No.
have them on a plate
No.
at dinner time, but they are edible,
Yes.
and they do have a lot of flavour in them. And nutrients, or
Yeah, totally.
still plenty of nutrients that you can get. All right. No.
Red
Maybe that one?
Cool.
No. Yes.
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 There we go.
Yes. Okie dokie. There we are.
Alright, I'll pop that one. I
Alright.
think we'll pop those in the fridge downstairs,
Cool.
but we'll just in the
Okay.
garage. I'll just let them hang out there for a little bit.
Very good.
Oh, that was really hot. That was really dumb. All right.
Yeah, they are.
Now, what I will often do when I have made veggie stock concentrate is then have a little bit of a think about what I also have to prep to see what I can do to kind of capitalize on all of the goodness that's in here. Like that is all the flavor that we have left over from the veggie stock concentrate. So what I will do is remember to put a lid on, because this bit would get really messy if you didn't put a lid on it. And then just do the turbo bit a couple of times. Whoop. that will have just given the Thermomix a wee bit of a clean. And so then I've basically just got stock there, which is perfect. So with the stock that I have, I am going to heat it up to make the couscous, which we're going to have with the Moroccan, or with the tagine. But rather than just heating up the water to go into it, because we're going to be serving some green veg with the tagine as well, because I can't help myself, I will prepare the broccoli and some zucchini that I will steam in the Thermomix while the water is heating to go with couscous. So it's kind of just doing double duty and capitalizing on all of that flavor.
Capitalizing on flavor, capitalizing on time.
Yeah.
Dishes.
These are all good things. Now, we've also got some zucchini to chop up to go with it, which I've got there.
Do you want me onto that?
Yeah, if you can, that would be great.
And while we chop, you can let people know what we got up to yesterday.
We did a half marathon.
We did indeed.
Which
Is that all you're going to say?
Yeah, okay. That's the end of my story. No, it was so exciting. We had done our sort of first 15K, a month or so ago.
Oh, a bit more than a month, surely.
Maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And we weren't quite sure how we were going to go, but sort of thought, well, let's have a crack. And I guess the good thing about not having ever done it before is that it didn't matter how well we did, no matter what time we got, we would have gotten a PB.
We would have gotten a PB.
Please stop gesturing
Don't talk
with
with the knife.
Oh boy.
We would have gotten a PB, but what we wanted to do was run the whole way, right?
Yes, we did.
We didn't want to be walking, and
Correct.
we did that. We ran the whole way.
Awesome.
And we also ran quite quick for us.
We did.
So, yeah, we're pretty proud of ourselves, hey?
Cool.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
How did you want these cut up?
So I
in
thought-
rings or?
Yeah, in rings, like
Or
sort of
discs,
in discs.
rather? And
Yeah.
sort of like a centimetre?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so while Heath gets onto that, I might start the... I'll just start the Thermomix heating
Mm-hmm.
the water. Perfect.
And how many zucchini would you like?
I think we've got maybe 4. This will be, like, I'm not hungry tonight, so I don't think we'll need to eat any tonight.
We went to the movies and we did the whole Gold Class thing, so we ended up eating a lot of food. Yes.
So maybe we just do all of, I think,
Do all 4?
do all of,
do
all of them,
3?
all of whatever's there,
All 3.
I reckon. And then we've got
You
that
got
wee
it.
bit of
Oh, that
broccoli
lamb
there.
smells so good.
Oh, it smells
Would,
so good.
Would you mind if I just... I think I got a good bit there.
Oh, that's so good.
Is it? Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I said I wasn't hungry just then, or we did, but
You changed your mind?
I could eat that.
You're hungry for lamb.
I could eat that.
All right.
Just straight in?
Yeah, so there's another,
You want to put it on the next level.
yeah.
Oh, how flash. Okay.
So I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever, like, cut kale before.
Okay.
And the kale
What does that even mean?
Well, like, the kale stems are they seem a bit tough.
Oh,
so
yeah. So you're removing the
gonna-
stems. Now, do these discs need to be, like layered or something?
Yeah, we don't want to be too, like, because we want it to cook. Duh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Evenly, I guess, is probably a more helpful way of phrasing
Okey-dokey.
it. Oh,
Well,
okay.
Oh, what did you find? Oh,
Rubber
elastic.
band. Oh, that lamb is so good.
What's that?
That lamb was so good.
Yeah, it's really, really good, guys. Yeah.
It's going to be a good week, guys.
It is going to be a good week. Do you remember what you paid per kilo for that lamb leg?
Oh, that was really cheap. That was
like $7 or $8?
It was $8.
$8.
$8 a kilo.
It was very, very good value. And wow.
That's phenomenal.
Yep. Yep, so yesterday morning we got up at, what time was it? About
Oh, it was early. It's 3:55.
3:55. And it was freezing, absolutely freezing. And we headed to the Gold Coast Marathon location, which is at Main Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And we headed there on the G. We took the G Link, the tram system.
Sort of, yeah, the Gold Coast Light Rail.
Pretty good. And when we got there, they had a bag drop, which was good because we did not want to get out of our warm clothes.
Taking my
was
track pants and my
freezing.
hoodie off was really hard.
And it was fun watching people, like, just all of their processes of keeping themselves warm, all of their, like, moves and their, like, bouncing around.
A lot of ostentatious squatting.
Oh, yeah. Runners are a particular breed of people, I think. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. It's also now
And it's cool.
It's very cool. Right, so I've just cut the kale stem up. Let me see what it tastes like.
Oh. Very, very bitter.
That's all right.
Okay.
I reckon I'd be happy to
Chomp on
that. And I'll now just sort of...
I've made a really nice looking little
Oh, that's beautiful.
thing
hun.
here.
There you go. And your broccoli.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. It's very pro.
Check out
So we've
that.
got Heath,
My
nice layer of
fancy
zucchini.
zucchini layer, and then under
but
that
look.
we've got a broccoli layer.
Ooh, so fancy.
And because the Thermomix has steam coming off it, we can just plonk that on top
Yeah.
and
So it's
steam the
just
veggies.
at 100 degrees now, so we'll just
Great.
let it. And I'm just going to chop up.
Okay. Where's the kale going? Straight in the water? Or
No, it's going into the lamb.
Oh.
Straight into the tagine.
into there?
Yeah.
Okay. And it'll basically break down into next to nothing, right?
Yeah,
Or
it'll just cook
Not
away.
break down, cook
Yeah,
down.
it'll just cook down.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Very, very cool.
But I can't help myself. If there's an opportunity to add extra veg, I add extra veg.
Yeah.
But I probably could have used a much larger chopping board. But yeah, see, with all that steam coming off, that's just going to fortunately cook down. Because Heath is like, why are you ruining the delicious lamb by putting
Exactly.
green
Why are
things
you
in there?
putting kale in my lamb? No. No, that's great. Brilliant, hun.
Perfect. And just give it a
Love it.
little bit of a mixeroonie.
Oh, yeah. It's looking pretty nice, actually. It's looking... As much as I joke about the kale
Yeah,
ruining
but it adds, it just adds a little bit of, oh, there we go. I thought
Yeah.
I felt
Oh, you
something.
found a sneaky bone? Good work. But yeah, that's making it a bit vibrant. It'll lose a bit of that colour. But
It will.
yeah. Still.
But-
All right, we can hear our Thermomix just
Yeah.
finished its process. So what
That's
does that mean?
finished- That just means that water is finished heating. So I can pop
Time
this
to-
on top.
Awesome.
Do that. Da, da, da. Put it on for... Nah. It won't need long to steam.
No.
5 minutes, you reckon?
Sure. Well, there's a fair bit of zucchini there, so
Yeah. Well, it
But
will
the
set a
broccoli-
microwave again. We'll check it.
you don't want to overdo broccoli. That's
In hindsight, I probably should have done them around the other way. But,
yeah.
all is well. All right.
All right.
Now,
Well done. That's looking really good. Everything's looking
Yeah.
awesome so far.
so we just need to kind of like put make a lot of noise
Yep.
and put the meat kind of in, or like cut the meat up into bits
Yes.
that you'll be happy to sort
Yep.
of eat.
Sure. So what should we put it on to cut it into bits?
Well, maybe
Or just
we
cut it
swap.
in the glass?
What do you reckon?
I can cut it in the glass.
We just I reckon so the bits that the non-edibles.
Yep, the bones.
Yeah.
I wanna pick all the meat off. Too late now. Don't worry about that one.
no.
Don't worry about that one.
No, it's gone in like a veggie bag.
Oh,
There's
okay.
been nothing gross in there.
Okay, cool. Awesome. The problem is with doing this on a live stream, I can't
Like suck bits off
cut it up
and just eat bits on it.
and just
that's
keep eating it. Yeah, that
Okay,
all.
that
Oh
feels
yeah,
a bit
that's
bony.
solid.
Well, I might just not.
That's quite fatty, so we can get rid
Yeah,
of that.
I
Chunk.
might just leave that out there so you can.
Yeah, good idea. I'll
There
have
will
to
be-
test all the bits with my mouth.
Gross.
Isn't that gross?
Things you can never say again.
All right.
All right. So while that is heating up, and Heath regrets having said that, I've got some couscous here that we had used that we bought as part of our meals for our recent hike. Couscous is not something that we tend to eat too much because
No.
it's like it is tasty, but there's not a whole heap of nutritional benefit in it because it's just like crack semolina wheat.
So something like a brown rice is better for you?
Yeah,
you'd say?
I mean, it's got like a little bit more going on there.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I only used 200 grams, so I should have 300 grams left in that box, but I will just check. It is just like good to know when it comes to how much liquid I need to put in. So, memento. Silver plate. Oh, that lamb.
I know. It is just falling apart
Oh,
on
you
me.
bozo.
Oh, didn't tear it?
No, I didn't tear it.
That's all right.
Let me dirty another bowl.
You can just...
How can I do it without dirtying another bowl?
You can't.
No.
That's why I stopped.
Okay, cool. I'm
you
open
can just,
to suggestions.
you
No.
just, you know...
No, you ruined that.
Yeah, I can't think of what you can just...
Okay, now I've teared it. It was 124 grams, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
I reckon
Anybody
I can
have that when they were bidding?
Don't tell anyone.
When they were guessing?
Still good.
Still good.
It is a little bit more than 300.
Okay. What did you need?
300.
Oh, good. Finished it off. Brilliant.
Cool. And it means that I got a little bit more than 500 grams in this box.
I see.
So that's good.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering, it's 98% fat-free.
I got a bag of chips a week or two ago.
Oh my gosh, this feels like a Dorothy Dixon
Have
now.
I already told you this? I don't know if I've already told you this, guys. I got a bag of chips for the
Heath
second
is
game of
so
State of
excited
Origin.
about this.
I feel like I might have already shared this, but
Who
it's
knows?
so important that I should share it again. I picked up the bag at Woolies, and I'm like, this feels hefty. And I read the
with important.
read the packet, and it said 110 grams. I'm like, this feels quite heavy. Went and bought it at the counter, and I went through the self-service, and you know how there's scales that you've got to put the stuff that you buy on. Well, are you waiting for me?
No, I
Am I in the
don't
way?
know.
Okay.
I just found myself weirdly
Alright.
staring at the
Well, that's
couscous.
because the lamb just looks crazy
I know, it's
good. but-
mesmerizing.
Anyway, I went to try and buy this stuff, and it said that there was a weight issue and that I'd probably bought too many of them or gotten too many and I hadn't paid for them or something. But the lady fixed it. She could tell I was only buying one bag of chips. But when I got them home, I had to weigh them because I had to know what sort of weight it was. And it should have been 110 grams, and it was 212.
Yeah.
So I
we
got a double bag.
A double bag.
I got a double bag. I think that they double filled it, which tells me two things. One, best day ever. So best, like getting ultra amounts of chips is good.
Oh, you're so easily
But
pleased, babe.
two, there's enough room in the bag for you to have a whole nother bag of chips.
This is true.
So they underfill those bags just atrociously, and they claim that it's so that the chips don't all crunch and stuff, so that you've got plenty of air to protect them.
But the chips were not crunched.
The chips were in perfect condition as well, so they've got nothing. It's all
So
it's
the
all a
zucchini,
fallacy.
like
Zucchini?
I like zucchini, which is a little
A bit firm. I know what you mean. And we'll be heating it up through the week, so
But
you
the
don't want to go too
broccoli,
hard.
like the broccoli is cooked perfectly.
Let's call it.
Yeah,
Let's call it.
I'm calling
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we'll be microwaving it most nights anyway. Okay, the lamb is cut up. It looks amazing. Just grab another little bit.
Okay, we need to still eat it during the week,
Yum.
so please don't.
Yep,
like,
don't eat it all.
Don't
Got
eat it all. Okay, well, if you can pop it back into the...
I can attempt to. This,
Did you want a spoon?
I'm not sure, to be
Okay.
completely honest with you.
All right, so while he figures that out, I've got the veg that I prepared earlier, which I'll just pop that there. And we've got the beautiful veggie stock water, which I probably poured a little bit too much of, but that's all right. So we need to now add in 2 cups of water to the couscous. And it's the veggie stock water, so it's all like beautifully flavoured.
Flavored up. Makes for an excellent couscous. Or kind of any, like you can do the same with rice and stuff,
Oh,
can't
totally. And I often will.
And like other carbohydrate sides.
So I've now just added that to the couscous, and now I'll just put the lid onto the thermo server and just leave it for like 5 minutes, and then that will all cook. I've still got a little bit left. I just
All right,
can't.
so I've put all of the lamb in. Admittedly, there's a few that I didn't quite get in there, so I'm going to have to fix that by eating them.
I heard you would have done that. Okay, so the little bit of veggie stock that's left, I'm just going to pour it into a container. Because I'm weird, and I'll put it in the freezer.
Waste not, want not.
Ah, exactly. Okay, that is the tagine bits. Alright, that. Now, the couscous that we've made is probably enough for like, technically it's enough for 3 people. That's a lot of couscous. We followed the directions when we were camping
really
for how
strange,
much
isn't it?
couscous, and it's a large amount. But
Yeah.
even making it to the sort of instructions, like that's a lot of couscous.
And a lot of carbohydrates.
A lot of carbohydrates
Yeah.
that we'd be having at night.
Yes.
Which, like, it's just not required with the amount of activity that Heath and I are sort of doing later in the day.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is basically do, because, you know, like when you have cauliflower rice and stuff, sometimes it's just not anywhere near as satisfying. But then having it all been couscous is just too much.
Yeah.
And I know this might seem like really basic to other people, but one day I just sort of was like taco girl and was like, why don't we do both? So I'm going to make some cauliflower rice that basically I'll just mix in with the couscous when it's done, and it's the same as having, like just sort of doing a mix, and it's a great way to add in some additional veg into what we're having for this week, without it just sort of, I don't know, feeling like we're missing out on anything, which is great. So while that couscous continues to soak,
Couscous, soak.
well, it was pretty lame.
Silly.
I think it was 5 minutes. I feel like it's been
Oh.
about, what, 2 minutes? Oh, yeah.
Where did this come from?
I just pulled it out because
Okay.
I know that, well, Heath and I were like, oh, you know, we had a bit of wine with lunch, but
Feel like it? All right.
yeah.
Let's do it. It's a bit, maybe, I don't know if the word is old-fashioned. Probably more the word is daggy to love Chardonnay. But
love Chardonnay.
We are big fans. So it's pretty daggy, we know. But what's
think it's
this one?
taken me
It
3
is
minutes.
a Coonawarra Estate Wins Chardonnay.
Now, while that sort of continues, the other thing that I've got to add into the Moroccan lamb is just some additional seasoning, just to pop in at the end. So just some Moroccan
Okay.
seasoning. I'd run out of Moroccan seasoning this morning, so I made some more this afternoon. This is a mix of black pepper.
Drop the lid.
All good.
Thank you.
Black pepper
pepper.
with cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and ginger. And the tagine itself also had a mix of. Thank you, my darling.
Cheers. I like it. Yeah. What was the spice mix in the tagine itself?
In the tagine itself, also had cardamom pods and cinnamon sticks. So
Yep.
I'll pop that in, and I'm also just going to add in some fresh green chili.
A bit of green chili, yes, because we scored some chilies in our veggie box this
Yeah.
week, didn't we? So that was pretty cool. We don't often have fresh chilies in our household, so yeah, bit of excitement.
Yeah.
Who knows
so
how
I
hot it's
sort
going
of
to be?
thought to-
I might just sample a bit actually, just to
I
see
think 'cause
how.
they're not super big, so I don't think they'll be super hot. They don't smell hot to me. How's that?
If you didn't tell me it was a chili, I would have thought it was a capsicum. It's got no heat whatsoever.
Okay, all right. Well, should I cut the
So-
other one up too?
Well, it's got no heat, so up to you how you wanna handle
Might
it.
as well then,
Yep.
because it'll just add that additional layer of flavour.
But does it mean that we need to add some chili? Chili flakes.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll find some of those. I'm typically not trusted with grabbing the chili flakes and putting them in too many things because
He can be a little bit heavy-handed.
I
with
can get a little heavy-handed, and I mean I like spicy food, but only to a point, and I think that's the same for most people.
it. Yeah, like you don't
You
want
hit
it
a
to get
point
to a
where
point
you can't-
When you can't taste it, there's no
Yeah.
point.
Where it's no longer an enjoyable process of eating.
All right, so we've got the chili there,
Great.
which I will just add in.
It is looking pretty flash.
Yeah, so I mean, the lamb itself, I think, was it was about a 3 kilo. Oh, perfect. About a 3 kilo leg of lamb. So even at $8 a kilo, it wasn't like not a cheap cut.
Did you want to put some of the chili flakes in? Sorry,
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't. I
I'm
didn't
so
actually do
sorry.
it because, well, I was just a bit scared.
So we'll do sort of 2.
Because I would have gone like 5 or 10. 10
There
sprinkles.
is a fair amount of heat in those chili flakes, so just give it a stir.
Nice.
You sort of got that vibrancy from the
Oh.
kale as well.
Yeah, that is starting to
And
look
we've got chickpeas and sweet potato
pretty
and there's
amazing.
tomato in there too. In hindsight, I probably should have doubled the veg, but that's all right.
Well, we're not going to be shy of protein. There's plenty of meat there,
there's
isn't
plenty
there?
of meat there.
Way to go.
That's perfect. So I'll just turn that off.
Awesome.
We'll
Awesome.
see how
How's that going?
that's all.
wow.
All cooked.
Yeah. We didn't really get to see what it looked like before, but that's pretty amazing. Oh, is it quite thick?
It is.
Does it need a bit more water?
Maybe.
Well, you have it, don't you?
I know. I'll just try it.
Fluff it up a bit.
Fluff it up.
Wow.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
It made a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
That's the whole thing. Like, if this is meant to be three serves,
people,
that's just crazy. Like,
it's a very large amount of Couscous.
if you put a third of that in a bowl, it would fill the bowl to the top easily, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it'd be way bigger than a porridge bowl or something full. That's crazy. Wild. Just wild.
I did put in slightly extra water.
You put in slightly extra? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, there you go.
I reckon you're right. A wee bit of extra water will be
Right.
just the ticket.
While you're doing that, would you like me to start loading up the...
Yeah, that would be great.
Thermomix
So just
with-
do, we'll do it in 2 batches. I think we've learned that.
Yep. All right, here goes. I'm just going to blitz this and have a listen.
I think it's normally, if you put it on speed 5.
Speed 5
And
have a listen
normally,
until
yeah,
it sounds like
it's not long. It's like
Yep.
sort of a couple of seconds.
Yep, here we go. Maybe. All right, let's see how we went. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. There's a couple of chunky bits, but overall, a few chunky bits. Should I go any finer than that? No? Good stuff. What would you like me to put this
I was
into
put it
here?
all into here, but I don't think it's going to be big enough.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it will, but we've been down this road before on shows. And so often we go, no, it wasn't quite big enough. So,
Can you see the... I need the lid for this.
yeah, I have seen it. It's sitting on top of the basket.
Oh,
Yep.
camouflaged.
All right, so couscous done. You let me know when you're ready for this.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'll let you. I will let you. Great. Okay. So with that done,
And then the next
we've
batch.
got one more batch to go. And we're going to have pretty much everything done, aren't we?
How good is that?
Pretty good. Pretty good. And yeah, an amazing meal coming up this week. Give that a bit more. All right, let's see how that's gone. Yep, that's a bit better. Here you are.
Perfect.
So yes, if you have something like a Thermomix or a, what are the like Mix Master type things?
Yeah.
Don't buy cauliflower rice in a bag.
No.
It's so easy to do this. And you save on packaging. I reckon you're probably using more cauliflower than they do.
Oh, completely. completely.
all sorts of things.
So we're just going to now sort out the fairly extensive amount of dishes that I have just used and get bits and pieces prepped in the fridge. But we have created an amazing Moroccan feast that I cannot wait to tuck into this week. And I hope that you have also just been able to take a few moments this Sunday so that you're able to feel rested and relaxed and refreshed and ready. And we're really looking forward to doing it all again with you next Sunday on Alongside Lauren.